This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to show you through your 2020 Redwood fifth wheel model 3951 WB. Okay, I'm here on the door side of the trailer walking towards the rear. You can see you have a self-leveling system, which we'll go into a little bit more in a minute. Alright, so you got the huge pass-through here and here. Very huge amount of storage, which is great. Okay, so you got outside speakers. You have an awning, a power awning here with LED strip. Of course, you have slide toppers on all the slide outs. You got a little, or a large front awning here, which is okay, so it covers this slide out anyway and over the entry door. So you have two awnings and slide toppers all the way around. All right, let me open this up here so we can show you what we got. Okay, so this is your vacuum cleaner, obviously. The attachments are all in this bag here. So we have that. Now you've got an outside radio with a remote here, and this is a Furrion, so you can stream off this USB stick, or stream off a USB stick. This is an HDMI in here. You have Bluetooth, so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet, and so on and so forth. So it has all the features you would need for some outside music or talk or whatever. This is your control center for your touch panel, just so you know, and this is a water manifold here. The only thing to really know is that these two, I don't know what your experience level is are with trailers, but when you winterize, there are something called low point drains. These two valves here operate your open and close your hot and cold low points, all right? And then down here you have some hydraulics, so you can see, if you can see that. There we go. Camera works a little bit inadequate here, but what am I going to do? Okay, batteries compartment, and I just want to show you there's shutoffs, battery shutoffs there. That's important to know. You can shut them off when you put this into storage. Okay, this is just a hookup if you were to buy a solar panel that would be used to charge the batteries. It won't run your trailer, obviously. It'll just charge your batteries, but if you do, this is where it would plug in. I didn't show you on the other side, but there's a 30-pounder on the other side, LP, and there's another one here, so you got a total of 60 pounds of LP. This is just stating that this is pre-wired for solar panel, that's all. And this cover is obviously covering some electrical hookups, or at least some wiring that you can use to expand on the system. This is a wrench for your water filter. If you choose to use it, you just put it on there and spin it off. That's the water filter itself. If you do use it, you got to change it every season. You throw it out in the fall and put a new one in the spring. This blue coil thing is the sprayer that goes right into here. Alright, so you have diagrams here when it comes to your water. Right now it is set, let me just look to make sure, it's for dry camping. So we were pumping water out of the tank when it was being winterized, and we're checking the fresh water tank, for example. That's how it's set up now. But you're just basically going to copy these configurations here, and you can do all the common stuff. You can even winterize. You can set your bypass valves and everything for the water tank right here also. This is where your city water hooks up here. Now, if you hook up with city water, you can set these so this hookup will actually fill your fresh water tank also. So anyway, this is a black tank flush here. So we'll walk to the back here just for a minute. I'll come back up here, but I just want to show you that there are some dump valves back here in this compartment All right, so you got 2 gray tanks and a black tank. So you're gonna obviously you're gonna dump the black tank first because it's toilet water and waste, and then you would follow up with the gray tanks, which are sink and shower water. That just so it cleans out the hose a little better and cleans off your stuff. So it's dirty water, but it's cleaner dirty water than the black water. So if you were to leave your black water valve open there, back up to here, this is the black tank flush right here. You can see from this sticker here, it's telling you to always make sure that your black tank valve is open before you turn the water on, so you don't build up too much pressure. But you would put your hose at the dump station on there, you turn it on, and it'll spray out your black tank, clean off the sensors, just do a better job of getting it clean. I explained the water filter to you. This is just satellite and cable hookup. All right, and you got some power here. This is just a vent. And here we go. This is your I'm going to shut this light off here. Maybe we'll see. So auto level is pretty straightforward. You're going to push it and it's going to level the trailer. It just takes time. You'll be getting feedback on the screen, analyzing, adjusting right front, blah blah blah. Well, it doesn't say blah blah blah, but I suppose it could if it wanted to. So, and then if you want to retract it, first of all, you turn it on here. If you want to retract it, for example, you would push this button first. Now, if you use these arrows, you can scroll through the screen, which we can see now on the camera. So, a manual mode, so you can change them each individually. Auto retract. So it says you push enter to begin. So you will, if you're leveled, you will basically auto retract it, and it should set the hitch height at the previous hitch height. So whatever the hitch height was set at before you stabilized it, it'll return to that position. So it should be, if you're on fairly even ground, it should be easier to just slide into it with your hitch and hook up to it. So all right, and then you can scroll through it a little more. And it just gives you different ratios, how to set things. It tells you your battery's good and charged. This takes a fully charged battery to use this leveling system, by the way. Okay, so all the directions are right here, plus you have them in your packet. I can only tell you so much because it'll be hard for you to remember everything, so I'll just basically go over it. But you can always refer to this sticker right here, which has everything I told you and more. But the bottom line is when you're leveling it, you're just going to push this and it's going to auto level. All right. I went a long way to say that. I hope I made sense to you. All right. And to keep going, you got slide toppers on these. This is your water heater here. The switches to operate it are inside. Let me see here. I just want to look at it for a second. Yes, and also it's good to know that this switch down here in the lower left-hand corner, this operates the electric heating element that's behind here. It's basically a second switch. So you always want to remember that you're going to turn this switch on before you can use the switch inside. So it's kind of a safety thing. You can't run this electrical or the gas without water in the tank. So you always want to make sure that you don't do that. So you have 2 switches for the electric, and the gas switch, which is also inside, that just has 1 switch. All right. Okay. The bottom line also is, I'm sure you know this, but you can't get antifreeze into the water tank when you're winterizing, because it'll leave a really foul taste and a bad smell that won't go away. So you can bypass it from here, right? So when you pump the antifreeze in, you don't get any in the tank. That's important, obviously. Okay, so here we go. You have a cord reel here. You can just see that, you can retract it there. You just pull it out, but you can retract it with a power reel. All right, you got a ladder to get up on the roof, which is very good because you have to inspect the roof of this trailer and every other trailer. You have to inspect it 3 times a season at least. Once in the spring, once in the fall, once in the middle of the summer. You go up there, look at all the sealant, make sure there's no crack in your separation. It's very important for you to inspect your trailer roof and seals at least 3 times a season, and if you can't do it, have someone else go up there and do it, but it has to be done. It's very important. Also, that housing that you see up there is just telling us that this is pre-wired for a backup camera. It takes a Furrion camera that fits in that housing. We sell them here. If you're interested, you can talk to our parts people. But either way, if you get one, it has to be the correct camera that fits into that housing. All right, and you have obviously a hitch back here. All right, so I think we pretty much went around it. Like I said, you'd have outside speakers. I think I mentioned that. But we'll go inside now. The steps fold up and into the trailer and lock in place there, so they're not going to, you know, just fall out when you open the door. You have to pull them down. Now, you want to sweep those off before you put the steps up, because it tends to want to flip the dirt inside. But on the other side, this is very stable. Now, you can see the legs are a little bit short right now because I haven't adjusted them yet. But to adjust them, so you know if you're on uneven terrain, you're just going to pull this pin here, and then there's holes here, and you can adjust them to any length you need to give you a good solid step, okay? All right, so let's go in. And of course you have a dog tie off. You can use that for your dog, or a small horse maybe, if you really wanted to, if you happen to carry a horse with you. Okay, so it's a little dirty in here. But we're in the process of cleaning it, but I just have to get your video done, so we'll just work around it right now. This is your touch panel. The default temporary code is 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you have it. So you operate your awnings here, right? You see in and out, very simple. Back. Your slide rooms are done from here. You got your hydraulic slide. The hydraulic slide works these two, right? So you just hold the button to make these two go out. One will go out, then the other one. Sofa slide, off-door side sofa slide, and door side sofa slide are these here, off-door side and door side. And of course the bed slide out is the one in the bedroom that slides the bed out. All right, very self-explanatory. Also, there's an app for this you can download from Lippert Command, and you can do all this from your phone also. Triggers, there's for a refrigerator inverter, right? See, you can turn it on and off, and that will, inverters, if you don't know, convert 12 volts DC into 110 AC. This refrigerator runs on 110 AC. So you would need to invert the power to run it if you're not plugged in to regular current, okay? Lights, you know, that's self-explanatory. You could also turn them all on and all off at the same time. Your levels, you can see there, every tank has, except the first gray tank, has some water in it, but we're water testing it. But it just moves and graduates towards the right as it fills. You got a battery. Your voltage 13.4, which is perfect. You can turn your water heater on here. Heating and cooling right here. It's very simple. And this one's a living room AC, kitchen AC, bedroom AC. So I think you have a, I'm not sure how this one works, but the same air conditioner runs both of these areas. I think the TV area and the kitchen area, and then you have a separate one for the bedroom. I'm not 100% with that, but I'm confident that that's right. Anyway, you can just scroll through it. It's something you have to learn yourself because, you know, I can't go through every feature. It would take me forever, but you get the idea. So remember 4 zeros to light it up, to unlock it and light it up. All right. This is your eating area. Very nice. You have 2 more chairs that are tucked away in one of the cabinets. You have a dishwasher here. You have your range. Obviously, it works like any other range. You push it in. Here, let me do this again. You turn it on and then push it in. It's kind of a safety thing, so kids, it's not as easy for kids to turn it on. The oven's the same thing. Very big oven for an RV. That's great. Just like something you see in your house. Your microwave is a convection microwave. Here's the stuff here for it. The light underneath here, obviously, and then you have 2-speed fan to exhaust here, which is neat. So you can exhaust the range. So it's very nice. Every appliance in here has its own manual, and those are all in here. So you got plenty of resources for knowledge. Another good way to do it are online manufacturers' videos. Okay. Now you see you got a power vent up here. That's a fantastic fan, or is it? Let me see. It looks like fantastic fan. Yes, I would say so. So I'm wrong. It's Max Air. Well, there you go. That just goes to show you. So you operate it from, obviously you can't reach it, so you got a remote right here. You just turn it on, and it opens up and goes on. Okay, it's got, I think, 4 speeds, so you can set your speeds here. It does everything you need it to do, and you don't have to climb up there or reach up there. You just push the buttons right there. Of course, that's a GFCI. Every plug-in here, even if it doesn't have a GFCI, it's still wired through one. So keep that in mind. So if your plug outside pops, there's probably 2 GFCIs in this trailer, at least 2. So you have to look at them to see which one that one's connected to, but you'll still always reset them at a GFCI because all the plugs are wired through one or the other. So, all right, that's just a wine refrigerator or a beer refrigerator or whatever you want to refrigerate with it. Okay. Moving along, this is your power converter here. Basically, it converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. Remember I talked about inverting from 12 volt to 110? Well, this does the opposite. It starts with 110, which you have circuit breakers right here, and they're all labeled right here. And then that's 110 AC. Then it converts it to 12 volt DC, and you have fuses here. If these fuses were to blow, I believe these ones light up, so you'll be able to see what happened. Also, this is a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it'll keep your battery up front charged. All right. Okay. And here we go. You've got a Sleep Number style bed. It's not that brand, but the buttons are over there, as you can see, and you can adjust the back and do all that sort of thing. Something I would actually like to have at home. This is just a sensor for your HVAC. This is your light. It's a dimmer, so you're just gonna basically put your fingers over it and slide them up and down. See, I just dimmed it, and it's back up. So, whoops, I just dimmed it. Now it's back up. So there's another dimmer in the living room, by the way. Got TV here. Tons of storage, built in, very nice. This is pre-plumbed. Here we go. This is pre-plumbed for a washer-dryer combo if you ever wanted to put one in there. Otherwise, you can use it as a closet. Excuse my camera work. I have to say that in every video because. Okay, so you have another vent here. There you have it. It's nice and quiet as soon as the lid is open. And you got a modern style shower here with the rain shower head and the whole thing. So you got a hand sprayer and a rain shower head. All right, let me look here. So I want to see something. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so and you got a seat, obviously. Now the toilet, as with any other RV toilet, you have to have water and chemical in it to start using it. So basically, when you'll pull into the campsite, you'll hook up your water, you'll hook up your electricity, then you'll come in here and you'll put some chemical in there, and then you'll stand on the flush pedal, and you'll stand on it till you put about a gallon or 2 of water in there. There's no way to tell that from the monitor panel, but just use common sense. Yeah, that's about a gallon or 2. So the bottom line is when you start off with it, you can't run it without chemical and water. Also, when you flush it, it's only going to fill that full. So you can actually push this pedal a little bit, and it activates the valve for the water, but doesn't open the trap, so you can fill it as full as you want before you use it. You just have to do that each time before you use it. All right. All right. I keep asking you all right, but you can't. Obviously, you can't respond. So it's becoming a habit. I seem to say that after every statement now. So we'll have to. This is the inside of your vacuum here, where you hook it up. Okay. So you got shake and bake seats. You got the massager and the heat, right? And then of course they light up, you know, that sort of thing. To recline it and put it back to the normal position, right there and there. So that's kind of cool. Got one for each seat. These fold out into tri-panel beds. So you just pull the cushions off. You're going to grab it down here, pull it out, put the legs down, and then fold the back panel down, and you got 2 beds actually. This one is 2, I'm sure. I didn't actually look, but yeah. So you have 2 of them, which is, and they're actually halfway comfortable. They're not like the old ones where you had a bar in your back and springs and all that. So it's not so bad. You got a huge fireplace. It does have a fan in it, so it's a space heater. You can adjust the look of the flame, all that stuff. It has a timer. You want to keep in mind that it's a good thing to use when it's a cool evening or a cool morning, because it runs on 110 electricity, so you can basically save your LP. You don't have to use your LP. You can use this the campground electricity when it's just a little bit cool. It actually throws off a lot of heat, so it won't heat the back of the trailer obviously, but in this area it'll be really warm. You have a sound bar with remote. This has got to be hung back on the thing here, I noticed. You have remotes, like I said. The sound bar, you have Bluetooth on it, so you can hook it up. Again, you can stream off your phone or tablet with video or music, and it goes to the TV. So you could, if you had a pay service on your tablet, let's say, you could stream right to the TV, and you would have your Netflix or whatever you're using. Okay, I'm looking around here. I don't want to forget anything, but I've got a half hour to do it, because that's when my phone is going to want to create a new file. So I'm just looking here to make sure I've got everything. Very nice. It's a light. You know, they use the contrast of the dark wood and then the light panel and furniture, which kind of, when you mix them together, you sort of get an even tone. It's great how it works. Years ago, all trailers, they either looked masculine or feminine. They either had daisies on the wall with blue wallpaper, or they looked like a 1970s suburban basement. Those were your 2 options. But they've gotten really good at splitting it right down the middle. It's not masculine, it's not feminine, it's right in the middle. It all depends on how you trim it, and that's the way it should be. So you bring your own stuff in here and trim it. You can give it whatever character you want. Okay. Let me look a little bit farther here. There's going to be oh, here it is here. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas alarm. I can set it off for you. Goes through 2 self-tests, 1 for each gas, LP and carbon monoxide. Here we come, and then back to green. It should always be green. Also, if you hear that same beep, but it's very, very slow, it's telling you that your battery is getting low. But the one to pay attention to, obviously, is the alarm you just heard, the fast beeping alarm. If that happens, you get everybody out of the trailer, shut your gas off at the front, and figure out what's going on. It detects carbon monoxide buildup and LP gas, so it's very, very important. You want to always strap your refrigerator shut when you're traveling. Otherwise, they'll slide open and they'll get dents in your stainless steel doors. And you know, once you dent stainless steel, it's nearly impossible to bump it out. So you want to always strap it. Okay. All right. I think we've about got it here. Let me walk through just a little farther to make sure I didn't forget. Nope, I guess that's it. So there's also, let me look back over here. Hold on. Yeah, when I mentioned there was another, I think I might have said there was another fantastic fan or max air fan towards the front, but actually it was in the bathroom. So you have two of them, one in the main area and then one in the bathroom. That will cool it down quite a bit when it's not really cold enough for air conditioning. You can open the windows and put those on high, and it's impressive how much it cools it down. So, okay, I told you there were chairs in here somewhere. Let me see if I can find them. Let me look over there. Let's see about here. Nope. Hunt for the chairs. Where did I see? Oh, it was in here. That's right. There we go. So you have two more chairs there. And more hanging space for your clothes. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer from National RV of Detroit. And we're going to work with you when you come to pick it up and everything, of course. And if you have any issues, you can always call us and let us know. We'll work through you or work through it with you. Like I stated earlier, every appliance in here has its own manual. Plus, there's tons of online stuff. There's good manufacturers' videos. Try to stick with the manufacturers' videos. Those seem to be the most accurate. Some of the third-party people get kind of creative. So, okay. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for your purchasing your trailer from us. And make sure you use it a lot. That's the key to owning a trailer. Plan ahead and use it a lot. And, like I stated, you want to inspect the roof 3 times a year at least. That's very important. So, thank you very much.